Hey guys, it's Jules, and welcome back to Flirting with Meaning. Today I'm wearing a gray cami, the glasses, plain black shorts, and I'm wearing my tabby shoes again. I know they're insane, but something about them, I'm obsessed and I can't stop wearing them. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something because lately I've been noticing when I get close to a goal, something about me like self-sabotages like right when I'm like about to get there, or like I get some sort of like paralysis, kind of like mentally, where I'm like, oh, it was never going to work out, even though I'm super close to it, I'm just going to give up. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it started to make me think about all the times that that's happened in my life and all the good things that could have happened, but I kind of shut down. And so I wanted to talk about kind of like dreams and goals. And I saw something years and years and years ago that I still think about to this day. I don't remember where I saw it. Low key, it might have been a preacher saying this, like on TV, but it went, your dreams without a deadline is just a fantasy. So I guess it was saying like, if you don't have like a solid plan that and it's just in your mind, then it's just in your mind and it's not like, it's kind of just like a daydream. So what are dreams? Are they goals, visions, fantasies, coping mechanisms? Because I feel like a lot of times I've come across people in my life, and even me, who will talk about things they want to accomplish, and it's like so painfully obvious that they're not even gonna take the smallest baby step to get there. They just say it in their mind so they feel better about their current situation. For example, my dad, he works like his entire life for like a very little pay, and he kind of had to get rid of a lot of dreams he had in life because he just couldn't afford to pursue them. It didn't have time because he couldn't work less because of the bills, and also he had a lot of health issues. So a couple years ago, he bought a guitar off Amazon, and he said that he wanted to go back to kind of how he was when he was a kid, like very musical. He wanted to learn how to play the guitar, get it tuned, and start kind of having this like creative outlet in his free time. And it just sat there, like, and I knew it was gonna sit there because I know my dad as a person, but he never touched that guitar when it got delivered. But getting the guitar and it arriving, I feel like mentally like satisfied something in him enough that he didn't feel the need to fully go through with it. Does that make sense? And I feel like that's the case with a lot of things, which is why people say that you should not tell people your goals because or your plans, because when you say it out loud, something in your brain kind of gets the same satisfaction that you would get as if you completed that. And I experienced that. I don't know if you guys experienced that too, but there's been times where I'm like, yeah, I want to go to Paris like in a couple months. And I said that to someone. I had this urge to go to Paris for some reason. I don't know why. But when I said that to someone, I was like, okay, they're imagining me in Paris. I'm imagining me in Paris. It feels like I kind of, not that I did it already, but maybe that was a bad example. But I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Um, Same thing with vision boards. Apparently, you're not ever supposed to show someone your vision board because it's the same concept of it, you kind of feel the same satisfaction as you would have if you accomplished it already. But also, people, when they hear that you have big dreams and goals, they kind of subconsciously like have a negative thought towards it, or have some sort of assumption that you're not gonna accomplish it. And I feel like you can kind of sense it, and it's a bit discouraging. For me, I am kind of spiritual, so I feel like when somebody has that kind of negative assumption, it does affect the things that happen in my life. Because I did notice that pattern when I tell someone something good that's happening to me, it immediately falls apart. And I'm not going to say like, oh, it's because they were thinking negatively about it and that's why it fell apart. But it's just an interesting pattern that I noticed. So, oh my God, wait, someone that I know is driving past me right now. That's so funny. For those who don't know, I filmed this like in the back of a department store parking lot, and somebody that I know lives like 5 minutes away, and they always go to this department store, and I just find it funny because that was literally them. I don't know if they saw me though. They have my location, but I don't know, it looks like they're going to shop. Anyways, I noticed that a lot of people on Instagram or whatever post pictures about like, or videos about like manifestation and like how you can manifest. And I used to really love that kind of thing, like, oh, just manifest, like law of assumption, law of attraction. I loved that. Maybe I loved the idea of it more because I swear, bro, it never worked for me ever. The law of anything doesn't work. The only law that works for me is the law where everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I don't remember what law that is called, but that seems to be the only law that works in my life, because no matter how much I in my head attract or like assume something like that, I already have something I don't want, I don't chase, I attract. Bro, everything's running for me. Like, ain't nothing attracted to me. So I think it works for people who I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe sometimes like it was gonna work out for them all along. They didn't need to manifest. But sometimes like when I'm hearing stories, like it does seem kind of like miraculous, like they did kind of manifest it. But I think manifestation culture in general is definitely toxic, because what do you mean that like you can just think of something that you want and you get it? Like, maybe I'm too poor for this to be a possibility, but I feel like for the general population, it's just not something feasible. And so when people are saying, you know, these people who live in like a mansion who say they manifested their dream life are telling you, oh, just assume you already have it. But you're working a minimum wage job, struggling to pay rent. And then it makes it seem like it's your fault because you didn't assume properly, or you didn't take enough time to I guess meditate on it or attract it, you know. It makes it seem like it's your fault, and it's not. It's just some people are kind of delusional and they just want to take your money. So I have some beef with that manifestation culture on social media these days. I think some things do come easier for other people. I think miracles do happen, but I think that work behind the scenes is something so crucial that has to happen as well. And for a long time in my life, I thought everything will fall into place. Everything will fall into place. Bitch, ain't nothing never fell into place. Ain't nothing never fell into place. The only thing that fell into place was literally nothing. I was gonna say more money in my bank account, but that was gonna be a lie. So yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about was like the concept of a dream job, because whenever I ask people what their dream job is, I keep getting the answer of the dream is to not need a job. And girl, same. But unfortunately, we gotta work because ain't shit free in life. Lord knows ain't shit free. More now than ever. I can't leave the house without spending like $30. And did you know $30 a day is $10,000 a year? Wait, is that true? Wait, $30 a day is $300 a month. $300 a month. Wait, 330. I'm not good at math, but just know that I saw that somewhere and I think it's true. That $30 a day is $10,000 a year, I think. Anyways, the whole dream job thing, I don't think that having a dream job is like something you need. I think especially these days with late stage capitalism, living comfortably is such a luxury. Like having enough money to pay your bills is such a luxury. I don't have a dream job, I don't think. I don't know if I ever did. I remember when I was in high school, everyone was starting to apply to colleges, taking the SATs, and I had to have an appointment with my guidance counselor, and they were like, "So what do you see yourself doing?" I actually remember this like very vividly because it was such a pivotal moment in my life because it made me so angry. And I think I actually started like tearing up because I was so frustrated that this woman in front of me was asking me what I want to do with my life when I was like 17. And I'm like, for some reason in my head, I'm like, this bitch doesn't know me. Like, she doesn't know anything I've been through. She doesn't understand. Like, she doesn't understand how I am. Like, how am I supposed to pick one thing right on the spot? I never could come up with like an answer, even when I thought about it before she asked me. Obviously, because I see everybody around me like knowing what they want to do. I never knew what I wanted to do. And I found it so stupid that we needed to pick one thing. So stupid. One thing for our lives, just one thing. Even thinking of it now kind of annoys me because it's like we're so multifaceted as people. Like, there's so many things that we can do, and you're telling me to pick one thing for the rest of my life. Like, literally get out of my face. I know a little more now than I did then, so I understand, like, it's more so just you need a stable job to be able to live your life. It's kind of more that than trying to put you in a box of not being able to do anything else other than this one thing we're asking you to pick right now. So part of me wishes that I did just pick something and stick to it so that I wouldn't be struggling the way I am now. But another part of me thinks, like, if I didn't go through all the things that I went through up until now, I would probably be such a boring person. I wouldn't have experienced any of the insane things I've experienced in my life that made me who I am. Like, who would I be? I don't even know. That's such a crazy thing to think about. Who you are today, what would you be if you didn't experience any of the things that you experienced, bad and good? Because I do think that who you are is what you've been through, but in the best way possible. Like, I do think that the situations that we're put through is meant for us to grow. And I just think, like, if you live such a life where you didn't experience like the pain or like the rock bottom, but also the really high highs, like, what? It's like you'd be an entirely different person. I don't know, something about that blows my mind. I could talk about it for hours. So what if you have a dream and it doesn't end up working out? What if you don't end up achieving your dream? Does that mean your life is meaningless because you didn't reach the goal or the dream? Like, has your life been void of meaning now? No, of course not. Of course not. Even if you are someone who sits in bed all day, every single day, does not leave your house, depressed, you cannot shower, you cannot wash your sheets, your life is still not meaningless. Like, there's still meaning in your life. You're still a human being. Your brain, your thoughts, your consciousness, like, everything about that is so complex. And the fact that you're even on this earth right now is such a, like, one in a billion, I don't know, probably even smaller chance of being on this earth. That is so meaningful. So even if you have no goals, no dreams, and you have dreams and you don't accomplish the dreams, that does not mean anything, any part of your life is devoid of meaning. And I always hear this thing that's like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Or it's about the journey, not the destination. Or it's about the pursuit. Or redefining success on your own terms. What it means to you, not what it means to everybody else, not what anybody else thinks. I will say, even though I kind of self-sabotage when I get close to my goals and everything falls through, or when things fall through if things fall through and I couldn't control it anyway, I think everything that led me up to that point still changed me as a person and made me who I am. So I do agree with the fact that it is about the journey. Most of life is the journey, not the destination. I get so tripped out when people drive behind me. My windows are tinted so they can't see me right now, but it's just so funny. Like, they have no idea that I'm sitting in here recording this. I don't know. It makes me giggle a little bit. I'm waiting for my friend to drive past again. They're probably with their partner who hates me. Which I find so funny because they... No, listen to them. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden, everybody's car is white. My friend's car's white now. All of a sudden, everybody that drives past their car's white. Anyway, yeah, my friend's partner hates me. Should I get into that? I don't know. I just like to stand on business and call out narcissism when I see it, because why are you being a narcissist? Why are you being a narcissist? Like, if I see someone being treated bad, I'll be like, why are you treating them bad? Sorry, that was crazy. My arm movement, if you're not watching, I just made a weird arm movement that looks very strange on the camera. So yeah, I know my place, but at the same time, if I see someone that I love being treated poorly, I'm going to go straight up to that person and be like, hey, why are you treating them poorly? And that did not go down well. Anyways. So, going back to dreams, I guess. The whole out of reach, if dreams are out of reach, or unreachability as a concept. I hear someone, so I work in a cafe, right? I heard people talking the other night because we were closing. They were talking about how they went to school for musical theater, and the other girl said she had been dancing, singing, acting her whole life. I think one of them was 25, the other one was like 18, 19, I think. And we live in a very unfortunate location where we live very far from a city. Well, not so far, but there's not very many opportunities around us, so it makes it kind of hard to like accomplish that kind of goal in the entertainment industry. A lot of people around me kind of are similar, who went to school for pretty much to be in the entertainment industry, but for some reason that seems to be the hardest one to break into. But so many people want to do it, so obviously not everybody's gonna achieve that goal, but they're so bright-eyed about it, and it's like, it's not impossible, bro. It's not impossible. It would just take so much dedication, and you can tell kind of right away if someone has that dedication or not. And I did work with someone else who did have that dedication, and they went on to work for a magazine. You know, they run a magazine, social media. Like, they're very successful now, and it's so possible. But it's more than just kind of speaking it into existence. Like, there's so much work and so much dedication that goes into it, and it's like, I want the best for everybody. Like, I want everybody to accomplish their dreams. And hearing them talk about their dreams the way that I used to talk about my dreams, I almost want to tell them, like, don't talk about it, but like, be about it. You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, you'll blink and 5 years pass by, or you'll just kind of be like, oh, you know, when this happens, then I can do it. I used to tell myself, like, when I save up like $500, I could go to New York and get some headshots taken. Girl, that was like 2017. It's 2025. Ain't nobody taking headshots. Like, you know what I mean? When you start kind of procrastinating, that's when you know you're kind of done for. Like, you cannot procrastinate a dream. You kind of just got to go head first into it. I also had a friend who said that they would start a YouTube channel after they got like plastic surgery, and this was years ago, and they still haven't. And I'm just like, if they just started it before, like, without getting the surgery, they could have been so far by now. Like, they could have been so successful by now, but they're still putting it off. And it's like, I'm someone who procrastinates things too, so when I see other people procrastinating, it makes me so not devastated, but I'm like, don't be like me. Like, you do not want to end up like me. Like, you got so much potential. Like, just keep going. I remember I had this YouTube channel that went viral in Korea, and I never talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it now because it kind of goes along with like the whole dream and self-sabotage. I got this close to a monetized channel and I just gave up because I started realizing that people I knew in real life found my channel, and the fact that they were seeing my videos and seeing me like made me feel so icky and like vulnerable. Like, I don't want people I know to see what I'm saying. And the thought of that kind of like paralyzed me, and I just couldn't upload anymore, and I just completely abandoned that channel, which sucks because when I left Korea, one of my videos went viral when I was in Korea, but when I left Korea, I got an offer to be on TV in Korea from one of the broadcast networks, and I was like, dang it, like I would literally drop everything and go back to Korea, but I just feel like I just didn't take the risk. I don't know. And part of me regrets it too. Oh my gosh, there's a fox. Wait, oh my gosh, there's a fox. It's gonna get hit by a car. I hope not. I feel like that was a sign. If anybody needs a sign, that was a fox. Go look up what does it mean when you see a fox. It was not a sick fox. It's like the middle of the day, but it was like a healthy looking fox. So do what you will with that information. I believe in signs, and I think that was a very interesting sign. What was I talking about? I was talking about, oh yeah, my YouTube channel in Korea. So I completely self-sabotaged like that opportunity, which is an insane and rare opportunity. So just remember that whenever you kind of get close to a goal or get an opportunity, don't be like me and self-sabotage and throw everything away, because I still think about that channel. I also want to talk about the whole, when you have a dream, you have this longing for it, this hunger, this strive to get to your dream. When you think of it, you feel this like deep yearning sensation, and you think about what your life will be like when you accomplish that dream. And I feel like something about the longing itself is so beautiful because it reminds me that there's so much hope and so much optimism that it just, when I hit rock bottom, I'm always still so optimistic, and I feel like that's such an important trait to have, and I really want you guys to have that as well, because even if you think you're too old, if you don't have enough money, the optimism and just like that ambition, I feel like that alone can get you so far, and it's just such a beautiful thing to have, even if it's incomplete. So I, for some reason, just wanted to say that as well. And what if you accomplish your dream, but it's just different than how you imagined? Do you still want the dream, or did you outgrow it? Did you chase the dream for you? Did you really do it for yourself, or did you do it for validation from other people? Or what? Did you think only about how other people would see you when you accomplish the dream? Is there meaning in the process, not just the end? Like I said before, the journey or the destination. Also, I think a work ethic in general is so respectable, and I feel like people want to seem like they're better than others, and so they kind of dog on people who have like maybe not their dream job, even if there's someone who has like a high paying career and they're still dogging on like service workers, for example. Those people for some reason feel like they need to be better than others and push people down for no reason. Bro, what the hell-y? Sorry. I think those people are kind of just like NPCs, and we need to ignore them, especially with the whole fries in the bag rhetoric. Like, that bothers me so much, because ain't nothing wrong with putting fries in a bag. Like, put the fries in the bag. Yeah, bitch, I did. And now what? Like, now what? Now you got your fries. Now shut the fuck up. Put the fries in the bag. Yeah, and I make good money doing it. So I get so mad when people are mean to service workers or look down on service workers because they don't see it as a career. In reality, at the cafe job that I have, I've gotten such, oh my god, dude, that's literally my friend. Why did they just drive past me like that, bro? I'm scared. Wait, that was so crazy. I think they know that it's me. They don't even know that I have a podcast. That's so funny. Wait, I'm waiting for them to drive away. Literally jump scared. I'm so glad my windows are tinted, because if they saw me doing this, that would be so fucking funny, bro. Oh my gosh, just knock on my window, me with a microphone alone in my car with a camera. That's so funny. I'm screaming. Bro, just, I laugh at myself so much. That's so funny. They're not even gonna text me about it. They're just gonna be like, all right, well, anyways. Oh gosh, life is so funny. Life is so weird. What was I talking about? All right, so I feel like in my cafe job, I've gained so much financial stability. I've gotten health insurance. I have actually pretty good health and dental insurance. I'm working towards paying off my debt, but as of now, I think I'm have this stable job that I'm grateful for. Ooh, wasp. Okay, I'm starting to get distracted. Let me focus on what I'm trying to say. So I think that it doesn't matter your job. I think having a job in this economy is such a blessing. It's such a blessing. Like, you should be so grateful. I used to work at McDonald's too, and the whole thing about people looking down on someone flipping burgers, like, one of my coworkers was like, oh yeah, my mom wants me to quit, like, by the time I'm done with college, because she doesn't want me flipping burgers. Okay, and you're making money. Like, you're not just flipping burgers for free. Like, do they think that you're flipping burgers for free? Do they think you're putting fries in the back for free? No, you're making money, because this economy, like, hello, like, literally hello. But yeah, so don't listen to those people. Don't listen to those people. Having a job is so respectable. It's the work ethic that is so respectable too. So you can have the job that you don't love. You can have a dream and work towards achieving it. Honestly, I don't think any dream is out of reach. I think that's the main point I want to emphasize. No dream is out of reach. Ever. Ever. I've seen it. I've seen the craziest things happen to people. No dream is out of reach. There's this girl, I don't know if you know her. If not, you can look her up on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. Her name is Lexa Gates, and she's so popular right now on social media and her music. I started following her when she had like 5,000 followers, like maybe 3,000 followers. And I swear we were mutuals. Like, I'm not crazy, like, we were mutuals. And she's famous now. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, there's people that I followed years ago with like 100 subscribers, and now they're famous. So not even if your goal is to be famous or not, I'm just trying to say, like, that's such a hard thing to attain. And I've seen it like 0 to 100 in the craziest circumstances. So I really want everybody to just remember that there is no dream out of reach. You can accomplish your dream. Even if you fail a million times, even if you sacrificed so much, dedicated so much, and have failed, like me, a million times for years and years and years. You fail for years and years and years. Just don't give up. Maybe you need to tweak the dream. Maybe look at a different kind of, maybe tweak it. But don't give up on your dream. There's a fire that burns within you, right? Ever since you were a kid. And that feeling, like, it doesn't go away. Trust me, I've tried to make it go away. It doesn't go away, okay? And I'm someone who desperately tried to push it down. But it's almost as if the older you get, the worse it gets. Like, your soul is like screaming at you, like, do not give up on me. Do not give up on me. And you just gotta keep that in mind, because a lot of people tell themselves, like, oh, it's just whatever, like blah blah blah. Now if you have like a hobby that you love, you don't have to make that a career, by the way, because I'm super into aviation, right? And I told somehow, like, my mom found this out and she was like, oh, you should be a flight attendant. But not just her. I feel like whenever I tell someone that I like airplanes or like aviation, they're like, oh, you should be a flight attendant, you should be a pilot. And it's like, your hobby doesn't have to be your career too. Like, you can have a job that you hate and then just have the hobby that you love. I think that's also a dream, to be able to pursue your hobbies. And you don't have to make money from your hobbies, you know? Like, you can have a job, like I can, okay, literally me right now talking to you. I work at a cafe. Do I love the job? No, but it gets me money. And this is my, well, no, this is something that I like to do. I don't know if this is like a hobby, but this is something that I like to do. So on my day off, I'm pursuing the things that I like to do. And for me, that's kind of enough right now. I'm going to travel when I kind of pay off my debt a little more. That's a goal that I have. Even though I just told y'all not to tell anyone your goals, I kind of just told you a goal. But you know what? Whatever, I guess. But yeah, I'm just going to put myself out there and tell y'all my goals. You can still tell people your goals, by the way. I'm just saying, in my experience, for some reason, whenever I tell people my goals, they always fall through. But I think that's kind of a me thing, where it goes back to self-sabotage. So yeah, don't sabotage yourself. You are worth it. You deserve everything. Don't have imposter syndrome. You are you and you deserve it. Don't forget that. And I think that's all I had to say about that. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you next week at Flirting with Meaning. Bye, guys.